Hey YouTube, Wheelchair21 here, and this is my review for SHF Figuarts Mask Rider Kiva Emperor form. This is a pretty new Figuart. It just came out in the month of November. I got it in just last week, so here it is, and let's review it. Emperor Kiva is from Kamen Rider Kiva's season. Wataru Kurenai. He obtained the episodes in, I believe, the mid-20s, early 30s. I have not really rewatched Kiva since then. It's his technical force form, Dobaki and Dobaki Emperor. I call them supplementary forms. And Kiva is practically the same design they'll end up using for Dark Kiva. Emperor form looks pretty heroic, gallant, I would say, and very royalesque and similar to being a knight. The power is obtained through Tatsalot brace on the side of his arm. I'm going to straighten out the leg because I had it in that pose. The Tatsalot brace, which is a little dragon. Let me try to fix the camera because I don't have an auto zoom. It has to be like actually manually done, so I can show you the details. As you can see, the details on him, they're not all painted in what's needed to paint in. They have in the basics of the white and the different shades of gold. The gold paint looked to be more chromish looking when it was first being debuted. Even the Fustels are colored correctly, but the little trim here, like the gold trim here on the legs, that encrusted area, that was supposed to be like chromish, I believe, in some of the concept pictures. And a lot of people, I believe, bitch about Kiva's eyes being colored, but in the show, it really wasn't that colored, except during action scenes. And, I mean, this figure is really well done. I mean, the posability of it, it's slightly hindered by its cape, but you can pull the cape open to move the legs about. The legs are made of rubber. This is rare to see in Figuarts, usually rubber, and also have a toe joint. The back has those little blades, so the back of the heels have the little blades from the show for his Moonbreak final attack, final kick, rider kick. I wish they kind of would have added maybe an add-on where you pull off the heels and then you can plug in to make the blade attack. Maybe somewhere down the road we'll end up seeing that. The cape is pretty posable. It's four parts of cape, 4 sets of capes on his back. 2 come already onto him. You have to plug in the other 2 by pegs. They all bend practically like this. That's as far as you can get the left side, and the right side, I don't think it was sculpted right, because I can't seem to get the right side to flow as well as the left side. But he did whip the left side around most, so pretty much if you look, it kind of looks like Michael Keaton when he did the Batman pose, if you get it to look right. I kind of wish the right side of the cape worked better. I kind of wish there would be more flowing to it. The cape was never really used like this, I believe, in the show, or it was used a few times. The cape, it's very easy to move, but the right side is kind of the struggling part that I seem to have trouble with. I always try to get it down like this. So far, my only problems with the toy are that the gold trim isn't like it was promoted as, but you always tend to have that sometimes with Figuarts. The cape, it's just hard plastic, so you're gonna have some issues. Maybe it might break for people down the road or not. What I really like is really his jack-o'-lantern-like mask, the details in it, and the actual, I always love that bug-like thing eye, the matted thing that make the eyes have the bug look to it. I really enjoy this Figuart for the gold and the eyes and such, and just practically the gold. I like gold and black and red. They're some of my favorite colors. Kiva went to fly. Kiva went to fly. Fuck. Okay. Kiva also comes with the Zanvat Sword. Also, I should mention that I'm not going to do in this review, but I'm not going to try to remove Tatsalot or Kivat, because I don't want to go through the struggle of maybe dropping it and having to pick it up and knocking over the camera. But Kiva comes with the Zanvat Sword. The blade is actually pretty clear. You can actually see through it. As you can see, they did really nice work on it. Really nice detail. It's very thin. Fits well in the hand. A lot of people say it doesn't at times, but I believe it does. You can actually really get it to hold in there pretty well. The Zanvat slider to activate its crimson red slash actually goes pretty easily back and forth, back and forth. This is probably the icing on the cake, I gotta say, for when I used to say I thought Kiva was our first homosexual main rider. Just, I don't know why, because he just looked weird when I first saw Wataru. Wataru's pretty boy's looks in that. So this just was like the icing on the cake at times, and it's a giant joke with a lot of Kamen Rider fans. That's the jerk-off saber. They didn't add in the little foostole that it uses to attack with. I guess that was going to be too hard for them to add that in. Doesn't really bother me. I bet some people are probably bitching about this on HJU, but let them bitch, because that's all they ever do on HJU, bitch or compliment each other and put up a lot of hauls. Nothing against HJU, but that's what I just come across on the forums that I look at, even though my first post on there, after being there for months, was the haul for this. So let me just quickly get him holding his saber. The joints here, for some reason, mine is a little faulty, where the wrist, you see more of the ball joint on this wrist than you do on this wrist. It's much more noticeable. Let me just take it off of camera view so I can just slide the hands on easier than needed. Everyone knows that it's just an easy ball joint and hole. Ugh. Because the left hand, I would have to say, is most noticeable, the left hand at times will greatly affect when you're trying to put on the other hand. They'll move about on you, and it causes a lot of confusion. Right now, I just knocked the camera over a little bit, so I'm just adjusting that back real fast. I got the hands on, and let's get the Zanvat Sword in Kiva. Sons. Let's show you what this Figuart can really do. As you can see here, he's got his sword in hand, and he's ready to finish you off. And as you can see, it falls down pretty easily, so that's a cool thing about the sword. They really made it loose to move. I apologize for moving it out of screen, unlike some of my other following friends that have issues with people commenting about taking it off screen. I don't think it's a real issue. I don't think you people viewing this should have an issue with it. I think that if you just get the gist out of what is trying to be established in this review, you don't need to actually mimic other people. It's like, oh, hey, you took it out of screen frame or whatever for like 10 seconds here and there. I think that people like that are nothing but a bunch of jerks, bunch of asses, and too really completist for their review at times. And I think that in the end, no matter what, this is a great figure. I love the Zanvat Sword. I love making that pose. I usually sometimes will have him in that stage where he looks like he's just finishing off of a Kaijin or Fangari, as you would like to call that season's Kaijin. Or I'll end up making him get into a pose where he's crouching and doing the whole final attack, where I'll get him. Hopefully, these rubber feet work with me for once. They do work pretty well, in a sense. I've gotten them to work pretty well in the past couple of days. And then you have to get the other hand up on top. When he does the attack, when he's fighting, he puts his right hand on top of the Zanvat Sword instead of the bottom of it, where when he's finishing off an opponent, he puts it under it when he knows the battle is over. That's the difference between fighting Kiva and Kiva when he's finished fighting, I should say. The hand right now is not really working with me, so I'm just going to finish it as is, and just leave it back to the way it was with him holding it like that. That's me knocking down shit on the side. And let's just leave it as is. The ankle is one of the key things because it's just pure rubber. It's going to be harder to move it about. It's been one of my issues recently, that because of the rubber joint, it moves easily. My Dark Kiva just fell over because I knocked him over when I was doing this review, and it seems that the black paint on his leggings will easily be wiped off, but well, not wipes off easily, but it chips off easily, and I'll show that during my review. Nothing really is wrong with it, just like the black just smudged off. But anyway, rubber, the regular rubber or plastic feet, or whatever you would like to call it, is a real hindrance to trying to post a Figuart at times. But in all, the posability, the loose, not too loose, but loose enough joints are well done. The weapon is nicely designed. Everything is perfect. It's almost perfect and show accurate. So I really have nothing to say against it. This is a must-get for all Kamen Rider fans, all Kiva fans in general, and I hope you all enjoy this review, and this should be up on YouTube within the next day or so. So look forward to Dark Kiva the following day, and my other reviews that I have planned shortly after that.